is time for our two favorite segments, and we started off with OVAL3 with Van D, presented by OVAL3. And we are talking a strategy when it comes to your free-to-play tournaments, your pay tournaments, when it comes to weekly, limited, rare, all on OVAL3 and the platform that we are trying out here. On behalf of OVAL3, we had the pleasure of creating our teams several weeks back. We had the live stream up on our channel on YouTube, and we've had fun kind of participating in it throughout the weeks, and we're kind of learning more and more on the best strategy here moving forward when it comes to OVAL3's tournaments and free-to-play kind of competition.
Look, I got to break this down here, all right? There is two ways that you got to go about this. You got the free-to-play, all right, and you got the limited. I'm going to start with free-to-play. Free-to-play, you're just picking your best guys week to week, all right? I'm going my Wayne Vanderbanks.
You smell burnt toast over there, Matty?
Yeah, that's what's happening. Wayne Vanderbanks, you know, I'm going the Jonah Moes potentially.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm going the you know,
and these are the playoff teams.
Yeah,
I
mean, essentially all the playoff teams. Make sure you're playing on playoff players, obviously.
But here's the question: how much does matchups go into that? Because you have, let's say, a player like Sam Tuifua, right, going up against Houston. Would you rather Sam Tuifua, who has been electric in OVAL3 all season, or do you go with Jonah Moe, or maybe a player like
I'd rather Jonah Moe. I would look at a Billy Meeks. Yeah, I mean, different positions, but yeah, Jonah Moe, definitely. I would be going to Jonah Moe.
But that's my question, though.
I would even look at guys like Jed Melvin, guys look at Seta Baker. I don't think matchups matter as much here. Like, it's playoffs time. Games are going to be close.
Yeah, I think
you look at the matchups, like even the Dallas-Houston game is going to be somewhat close. To Fitzy's point, we've seen the DC and New England Free Jacks, and that's the 1-4 one in the East. We've seen those games be close. I think this is going to be a dogfight throughout the entire playoffs. I don't think matchups are as big of a deal. What I think you do want to look for is these high scoring teams. You want the high scoring close games. Yes. You don't want the low scoring close games, right? So like Houston, Dallas, I could see that being a lower scoring close game. I can see Houston's D kind of stepping up in the playoffs. I can see the New England DC game being a little bit close. I can see NOLA Chicago really being a bit of a dogfight here and kind of running up the score. So that's why I would go Jonah Moe. That's why I would go guys like Billy Meeks, Julian Dominguez, maybe Dylan Fawcett in your second row. You know, those are the ones that maybe I'm looking for. Seattle, San Diego, I could also see that one being a pretty high scoring match as well. So
take a guy like Mac Mason, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So but before you go into your limited and rare and other paid tournaments when you invest in the cards, kind of wrapping it up in with a nice little bow here. Your tips for your free-to-play tournaments is picking matches and the solid and the best players from the matches you believe are going to be high scoring back and forth affairs. So you're looking at which matches, just to say again, Matt, that you think are going to be high.
I think Seattle, San Diego, NOLA, Chicago. With that being said, you can't sleep on Potros.
No,
like you can't sleep on Jason.
Are there some players?
One other thing though is always this sounds crazy, but check the weather. Huge, you know, if you're getting storms, you're getting this, that, or the other. Don't sit there and think that, you know, kicking's not harder in the rain. You know, definitely check on weather too, not just, you know, availability matchups. If you want to go deep, check the weather.
Yeah, some players are more matchup averse than other players, like i.e. Jason Petros, but not many players are weather averse. It's going to affect all the players in the exact same manner. And again, you want to capitalize on points being scored, and rain, wind has a tendency to keep those points scoring down low.
And as we, just to wrap this all up, Ryan, I'm going to shift over to the limited here. You got to be careful and with your value of the guys that you are picking up, if you got to pick. So check your lineup, make sure that you have guys that are in the playoffs, first of all, and make sure you have guys that you can line up that are in the playoffs. Second, look at your lineup and make sure that you have guys that you think are going to go to the end, right? If you don't, then you got to supplement with some guys. And when you look at the trade, auction block section, you got to find guys that you might want to overpay for, guys that are going to make it to the finals, because those are the guys you're going to rely on and you're going to hope to have, and you won't have to buy another guy to fill that hole. You just got this one guy that you can rely on for the rest of the thing. So look at guys from New England, look at guys from Houston. I think those two are probably the most sure bets of making it to at least a conference final.
And I mentioned on this show on the show last episode that that's the ideology is just picking the teams, whoever you think it is that's going to go far, and you select those players to go forward there. For me, I'm picking Houston, guys. That's the team I think is going to go the farthest. I want my Kutzers. I want my Ronan Murphys. I want my
Peter Asu.
Peter Aneasu. I want
I mean, hey, you know who I want? A Wayne Vanderbank. If I'm finding a Wayne Vanderbank on that trade block, I'm picking him up.
So you like New England? You like New England? You think New England's going to go far?
I think they're going to at least make the conference conference final, right? They're at least going to get there. So I've got 2 games out of the 3. And hey, like the chances of them getting to the finals is pretty high. So, and it's hard to sleep on Wayne Vanderbank.
Vandy, who's your kind of team, the players that you're going to be selecting from? Houston, New England is our picks. Vandy, you like those teams, or do you like anyone else that you maybe would side with?
Yeah. Just to throw 2 other ones in there, I like the Legion. I like Seattle. Both, like, Seattle has shown multiple times in the playoffs. They bring a next level to it. They're a good team. They make the playoffs all the time.
Devon Rousseau card sounds pretty good.
Exactly. Mac Mason, Devon Rousseau, Dan Creel. You get some of those guys.
Yeah.
Same with
just guys. Again, to wrap it up, when it comes to the limited rare tournaments where you're investing in these cards, like I mentioned last episode, make sure you're picking guys and buying guys that you're confident in the team that is going to make it as far as possible. Yep. Ultimately, to that championship match in San Diego, I'm going there. All right. Well, that is Oval Ye with Vandy presented by Oval.